Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we're doing my Bath & Body Works October timeline, spoilers, and predictions. I have so much fun making these videos. I try to do one every single month, and we are getting a lot of holiday stuff at the end of September, so going into October, I think we'll have a lot more holiday coming. That being said, if you're returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. We do all things Bath & Body Works on my channel, especially the body care, so if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's dive right on into the video. All right, you guys, I'm gonna sit on this side of the screen and put some images up right here. I want to quickly touch on some things that happened in the second to last and last week of September, and then we'll move on into October. So in both 2024 and 2025, in September, towards the end of September, we did get 2 new signature fragrances. In 2024, the fragrance we received was Platinum, and in 2025, the fragrance that is currently available is Touch of Gold. Platinum is also currently available. I don't know why I said it like that, but Platinum, if you don't remember that one, it has notes of sparkling bergamot, silver blooms, and patchouli musk. I really enjoy this one in the fine fragrance mist and the mini perfume spray. This is not something that I really enjoy in total body care, so body lotion or body cream, as well as the body wash. However, I do think this one is a really nice perfumey style fragrance, perfect for date night, perfect for a special occasion. I really enjoy it for that. Also, don't be scared off by that patchouli musk. I know when a lot of people see patchouli, they think it's going to be very similar to the patchouli of Into the Night. The patchouli in Into the Night and Into the Night as a whole is just a much more deeper, almost spicier blend, while Platinum leans more into that traditional perfumey type of smell. So don't let that one scare you off. I also really enjoy the Platinum packaging, and I think it'd be a great thing to pick up with your coupons or maybe as a gift for someone. I think that one will be pretty wearable across the board. Now in 2025, we did get the brand new Touch of Gold. This one had scent notes of golden orange blossom, decadent tonka, and gilded blackberry. I did do a first impressions video on this one, and unfortunately in the mini perfume spray, this one was just super light on me. I really think that the golden orange blossom took over and almost made it this super powdery, almost drier sheet scent. And I did go back in store later last week and smell it in the body cream, the true perfume, as well as the body wash and the fine fragrance mist, as my store had all of the products in, and I'm still getting a very similar super duper light dryer sheet-esque smell. So I'm starting to think it's me, and not that I got like a bad batch or anything, but I have heard various opinions. Some people think it is super strong, other people think it's super light. That's the great thing about fragrance, is that everything kind of smells different to everybody. So if you really enjoy Touch of Gold, I think the packaging is nice. I think it'll be a great gift for maybe somebody that's super into fragrance or trying to get somebody into fragrance. I also believe it is a dupe or very similar to a higher end fragrance, so that might be something to look into as well. Now, the last thing we got in September of 2025, really towards the end, is going to be that holiday preview, and the holiday preview is still currently going on now. I know that most of the body care is online except for some test stores, but I know in my stores the candles and the room sprays, and the pocket bags have made it into store in terms of the holiday kind of collection. So let's go ahead and move on into October. So really how I do these videos, I will go through 2024, then 2025, 2024, 2025, and really compare and contrast, say, hey, are we gonna get the same things that we saw in 2024? Are we gonna get things that are a little bit different, or are we gonna get something entirely new? So this is a combination of predictions, things that are rumors or have been confirmed, as well as spoilers and just my general thoughts. So this is not like a confirmation video. This is just more for awareness and what I think is going to be happening based off of what we've seen in years prior and what we're kind of seeing already this year. So in October of 2024, let's just get an overview here. We really got 3 big things. So we got our Holiday Traditions collection, we got our Polar collection, and we also got Perfect in Pink. Now, unlike Platinum, Perfect in Pink is no longer longer available. At least it has not been in my store for months. I want to say this one was phased out during the summer SAS for 2025, so I'm not sure you're still able to get that one anymore, but I do have a handy dandy computer in front of me, so let's see if that one is still currently available. No, it looks like it is not, so I am correct on that. So starting out, we had our holiday traditions for 2024. This included Vanilla Bean Noel, Twisted Peppermint, and we also celebrated Winter Candy Apple's 25th anniversary. Now, honorary mention here is going to be Bright Christmas Morning as well. If you remember Bright Christmas Morning from last year, that was the only one that came in a very different packaging. It was very classic, traditional, and very, very Christmassy with the Christmas tree on it, but unfortunately, it just didn't match any of the other collections. It was almost a one-off. I'm not sure if they had planned to do some other fragrances that just didn't work out, or maybe they were going to take a different direction with the packaging, but then it kind of fell through. But we did end up getting Bright Christmas Morning in that more one-off packaging. Now in 2025, for holiday traditions, there's going to be a caveat that we are going to speak about a little bit later, but so far confirmed, we do have images of Bright Christmas Morning, Twisted Peppermint, and Winter Candy Apple, and Vanilla Bean Noel. All of these images can be found on Life Inside the page at blogspot.com. All of these images that I'm currently putting on the screen are credit to Life Inside the page at blogspot.com. I will have the link to the page that I am using down in the description box down below. As always, if I'm using anybody's photos, anybody's information, I always try and credit them in my video, and I definitely credit them in the description box down below. So we do have some confirmation regarding the holiday traditions, but really the big question is Winter Candy Apple, will it be returning? So Winter Candy Apple, Winterberry Wonder, Merry Cookie, it was Merry Cookie, not Christmas cookies, Merry Cookie, and Frosted Coconut Snowball were all featured in the Christmas in July collection we saw earlier this year as sort of a part 2 to the summer semi-annual sale. So there's a lot of debate about will Winter Candy Apple be returning. I am seeing confirmed images of the other holiday traditions, but nothing about Winter Candy Apple. Bright Christmas Morning is taking up that almost red burgundy, and that's usually Winter Candy Apple's color. What is happening with Winter Candy Apple? Now, this is really where that big question mark is, because usually I would say no, Winter Candy Apple will definitely be returning. It's something they do every year, but this is something that we're seeing this year, is that constant favorites aren't really coming back. So this year, Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte for the fall did not return. Now, that one has been out, I want to say consecutively since 2016, 2015, at least that's when I remember first buying it, and it's really been out ever since then. Also, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles or Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, that one had an off year last year, so I thought definitely they're going to bring it out this year once they get the formula right. That was also not the case. We really only got one pumpkin fragrance when we're used to seeing 2, 3, 4 in years prior. So it's going to be tough kind of wondering about if Winter Candy Apple will be making that return or not. I would like to say, and I'm going to predict that it will be coming back. I just feel like the trio is so iconic for winter. If you didn't shop the summer SAS, or maybe you're not into the summer semi-annual sales as much as you are the winter products and the fall products, I feel like they definitely see a surge in customer activity in fall and winter, because that's usually when people want to buy candles. Those are the big gifting holidays. So I think we are going to be seeing it back. I would be surprised if we aren't, but that one's going to be really a big question mark until we get it confirmed. I would really love to see that one back. I think that one just goes into the collection really well. It's something that I have bought consecutively year after year after year for the past couple of years. So I would love to see that one back, but I can't really confirm nor deny if it's coming back, especially with it coming out for summer SAS and the sort of weirdness with the Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte this year. So that really wraps up holiday traditions. I am excited to see Bright Christmas Morning really being absorbed into that holiday traditions collection. I like that all of the packaging is cohesive. I think the packaging is cute, and I think it looks really nicely done, but it also has a nice balance of nostalgia as well. So moving on into the Polar collection of 2024. I actually really enjoyed the packaging on this collection. The thing that I just wasn't a big fan of were the fragrances. I don't know. I would have to say one of my favorite winter fragrances is Winterberry Wonder. So if Winterberry Wonder did come out in a packaging very similar to this style, I would have definitely been tempted to buy it. But unfortunately, most of these other fragrances, I just wasn't a big fan of last year. So the Polar collection, it included 6 fragrances. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It included 5 fragrances, and it included Strawberry Snowflakes, Magic in the Air, Frosted Coconut Snowball, Snowflakes and Cashmere, and Sweater Weather. So that collection, we've already seen some of these earlier this year. So we saw Frosted Coconut Snowball when we had the Christmas in July collection for summer SAS. We also saw Sweater Weather in the fall collection. It came out as part of that quad that had a book loft, glazed pumpkin, champagne apples and honey, and Sweater Weather. So I don't think we're going to be seeing Frosted Coconut Snowball or Sweater Weather back, as we already just had them. One thing that I do think we are going to be seeing, I'm going to predict that they are going to be doing some type of winter collection that will be adjacent to the holiday traditions. If they are going to keep any from the collection, that Polar collection last year, I think they're going to be keeping Strawberry Snowflakes, as well as Snowflakes and Cashmere. I feel like these are the two that have been around consecutively. Usually it used to be Strawberry Snowflakes, Snowflakes and Cashmere, and Winter Berry Wonder. I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, those came out as a trio. Those usually do pretty well, and I feel like a lot of people are a big fan of those kind of big 3, but because we've already seen Winter Berry Wonder this year, and I'm not exactly sure how well it did, at least in my store, it sold out pretty good. So I don't know if that was the same case for other stores as well, but I want to say I have reasonable kind of information and reasonable feeling and vibes that we will be seeing Strawberry Snowflakes and Snowflakes and Cashmere back. I also do think they'll be adding 2 or 3 new fragrances to kind of create a 2025 version of that Polar collection, but I'm not exactly sure what I am envisioning for those 3 fragrances. I feel like when we saw the holiday preview and we got Gingerbread Latte, we got Mrs. Claus's Cocktail, and we got Cozy Vanilla Bourbon, those were things people were really excited to see because they listened. Bath & Body Works listened to people saying, we have not had a gingerbread fragrance that was really good in a couple of years. A lot of them weren't very thrilled with the Jolly Gingerbread Village we got in 2023, so I think they really listened to that fragrance. If anything, in this winter collection, I would love to see Christmas Cocoa and Mint. I would love to see Santa's Blueberry Shortbread. I would love to see more of those classics coming back from years prior that people really enjoyed. I think that's where they're going to really hit the nail on the head with this one. I'd also love to see Hot Cocoa and Cream. I think that would absolutely draw so many people into the store because it's not necessarily new fragrances, but there are things that people have been asking for years and months and days and videos and weeks that I feel like it's going to bring so many people into the store. So I think for those 2 to 3 new fragrances, they're either going to bring past favorites, like all-time favorites, or they are going to do new fragrances, but they're heavily inspired by those past ones. Maybe they'll do like a hot chocolate, or maybe they'll do, you know, like a peppermint patty, something like that, but very based off those older favorites. That's what I'm predicting. That's largely what I would like to see. I'm interested to see how they'll do it, but I think last year, after them re-releasing a lot of the fragrances that we just got, and the fact that they did that Christmas in July collection, they're gearing up for something big coming for holiday 2025. Now, the last thing we got in 2024's October is Perfect in Pink. This one had notes of vibrant cherries, pink camellia, and whipped almond creme. There was just something in this fragrance I didn't like. I had a very similar experience with Sweetheart Cherry. All of the notes listed, I enjoy all of these notes. However, when they got combined in the Perfect in Pink fragrance, something just wasn't working. Same with Sweetheart Cherry. I enjoy all the individual notes, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because that cherry just went a little bit too artificial for me. I just couldn't do it. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but regarding the 2025 October getting another signature collection, I think we could see another signature collection for sure. I feel like they've been trying to do this the past couple of years. They've had Cue the Confetti, they've had Little Black Party Dress, they've had these little ones that are sort of a New Year's Eve style fragrance, and I feel like Cue the Confetti just unfortunately wasn't marketed the best. They kind of held out that one a little bit too long. This year, I think we are going to see either one, a fragrance that people love being brought back. So similar to what we saw with Sweet Pea in the springtime. I'm not sure if that's a love, it's more of just a classic. I could see them bringing back something pretty popular for the holidays and kind of making it a signature scent with new packaging, etc., etc. I could also see them doing another New Year's Eve themed scent, obviously having a boozy or bubbly undertone, probably a lot of sparkles. It's something that they kind of do every single year, just in different variations. Not exactly sure what the scent notes would be on that one, but I could definitely see them doing something very similar to that. Now, really the only other thing we have is that predicted collection, and I think we are going to be getting a collection for holiday. Last year's holiday collection was the Emily in Paris, so in collaboration with Netflix. I'm very interested to see what the holiday collection will, or holiday collaboration will look like this year. I really can't think of any brands that I'm like, okay, this is definitely a front runner for what they could do. I really enjoyed their collaboration with Milk Bar. I thought that fragrance was phenomenal. It was something a lot of people were asking for. But as far as a new collaboration, really the only like big shows I'm thinking of are maybe like Stranger Things, but they've already done a series of collections with them. And there was something about Emily in Paris that made it really sweet and fun and really fitting for the wintertime, almost like a glam, like a Christmas glam with lots of pinks and just, you know, it was just a fun collection. I'm not exactly sure if they're going to get that same payout with a Stranger Things collection. That just doesn't seem very like they can transform it into something glitzy and glamorous like they did the Emily in Paris. So I'm not going to say that is a front runner, but always you never know. So interested to see what the holiday collaboration will be. I don't think we're going to see that until November. I don't think it's coming in October. We just have way too much that we're already getting spoilers, images they're already sort of teasing out. And to throw a collaboration on top of that, I think it's just going to be way too much and leave November as sort of more of a dead month. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, lots of predictions, a lot of early news. I'm excited to see what October will look like the further we get into it. But let me know in the comments down below any thoughts, any fragrances you would like to see back. If you think we're going to see some duplicates from that Summer SAS Christmas in July collection showing back up again for holiday. Really excited to see what they have in the works. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.